Yeah, we're recording right now.
All right.
Dope.
All right.
We just roll into things.
Okay, I like that.
Hit us with an intro, MC.
This is the High Phrase Podcast. It's Alite and Alite.
ACDJ live.
And we have our very first guest that we're welcoming to the High Phrase Podcast. The hottest chick in the game with my last name. Too Sweet is one of her AKAs.
That's epic.
That's pretty good.
I know her better as Rosie Ali.
What up, Van City?
High Phrase.
It's so dope to be here with my homie
Yes.
and my road dog, Falia.
Yeah.
Alite.
Nice. It's so good to have you. Look, we won't even pretend like we're like... I hate it when you watch shows and it's like, nice to meet you.
Right?
I'm so glad you're here. Like, we don't
Cut
know
the
each
bullshit
other.
right here, right?
We just cut it. We don't even worry about that.
We know each other very
This is really big. Before you do your intro, man,
Mhm.
this is a really big moment. People don't understand what is going on here.
Hit him, man.
Right? They don't understand how hard it is. This is the most sought after guest in all podcast
Oh
community.
my God.
This person
Drum
right
roll,
here
please.
does not do podcasts.
Does not.
She does not do podcasts.
I'm a
This is-
wreck. I'm a wreck.
Right?
I am.
So here you are coming on our podcast, the very
I
first
love you
one.
guys.
Yeah.
Right? So tell everybody who it is while I get a mic cover.
Well,
What's your guys' relationship?
I think it's very compelling to have somebody that you know that you can look at and be impressed by after knowing them for 20 plus years. 23 years to be exact. And not to get too much into the nitty gritty of the relationship because this is the High Phrase Podcast and we do want to talk about stuff.
Yes.
So this is obviously, for people that don't know, is my wife.
It's your own role.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really empowering because the kind of individual that she is, how she pushes herself, wants to be the best all the time. I think in the Indian community especially, there's not a lot of female empowerment like that. So to have that person be my wife and have other females look at her and be like, this is something I can aspire to and realistically aspire to. You know, it's not out of anybody's reach. So to be able to see someone doing it is a good jump off. And I think you're going to be great at inspiring people with the things that you have to talk about when it comes to inspiration, especially.
So I'm going to tell you the first time I ever saw your wife.
Yeah.
I was at the pharmacy. I was at, where were you?
Pitt Meadows?
Yes, in Pitt Meadows, in the little
Pitt
plaza there,
Meadows.
right? And I'm like, who's this
I'm
girl
a ghetto
that's
superstar
working there? It's all glammed out. Like she hey,
Yeah, all the time.
she looks like an actress would be portraying a pharmacist.
Wow.
Right?
Right? And I never forgot Rosie first time I saw her because I'm like, oh man, this girl is like way too hot to be with.
Yeah, she's got that effect.
Right? Well, that's what I was
She's got
thinking.
that
I was
effect.
like, wow, this girl
You and the
must
rest
be,
of the world, Mike.
yeah, it must be a pharmacist, like a
I'm a
doctor
ghetto
or something.
superstar there.
Yeah. But that was it. And then she was your wife, and I was just
Yeah.
like, wow, it's serendipitous, buddy. That,
It's funny
you know?
you say that. People know me as the chick with black hair and pink lipstick.
Yeah.
Like, that's how people know me.
It's awesome. You're truly a unicorn, and we won't fluff your feathers a little too much, but you truly are a unicorn.
Yes.
What your wife does, dude, is like, is an example for other women,
Yes.
but the Mount Everest
Oh, wow.
of accomplishments for,
I like to hike.
right?
Yeah. No,
Like,
I
come
see
on.
it, man. I see it. No, 100%. Like, and the good thing is, she gets her flowers. Women just tell her openly how she affects them.
Yeah.
So it's not that she's not aware of her impact. But everyone that knows her, she's just humble as fuck. But why are we talking about you when you're here?
Yes.
Yeah, you can absolutely speak for yourself as we move through this podcast.
Yes, and thank you everybody for joining us on the High Phrase Podcast. You can
Yeah.
catch this on Spotify, YouTube, wherever else you use your
Everywhere.
podcast. And
Yeah.
if you would like to be on our show, make sure you contact us somehow and tell us you want to be on the show, and we'll put you in the hot seat.
But if you do say you want to be on the show, I want you to be able to talk about something.
yes,
We can't just, let's talk about the garage looks nice, Mike. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me. We can't have that shit.
no, we can't do
We
that.
need something compelling.
I need substance.
Yes.
Right? That's what.
If you're like a hallucinogenics practitioner or a
We're all
cannabis
addicts.
farmer,
We're all at it.
whatever you do, those
One
kind of
needle
things are
away.
interesting.
Love them.
Well, you legally dispense.
I'm a drug dealer.
Yeah, legally.
Yes, I drive a Cadillac.
Oh, wow. This is breaking news.
But let's get
dude.
this straight though. I'm a
We're getting
legal
right out of here.
drug dealer.
The stereotype, right?
Right.
Check, mark the boxes of the stereotype.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to say I'm so honored to be here. Honestly, sitting amongst you two is a blessing, man. I'm honored, man.
Cool.
And as your first guest, But one thing I have to address, that last episode was pretty amazing.
Mhm.
The George Carlin bit was awesome,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like you did him justice.
Why?
Like, you mentioned the 7 dirty words, but
They
you
didn't
never
mention
mentioned what they were.
That's because I learn well.
I'd like to mention them.
Yes, please
All
do.
right. Shit,
Yeah.
cunt, piss, cocksucker, motherfucker, ass, tits.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, wow,
I said
yeah,
ass.
yeah.
I said ass. I should've said ass.
Harlan is a G.
And all the comments break that now.
Yeah.
Even you go to a
He's
TEDx
epic.
and you're going to hear that.
Well done.
Dude,
well
you know
done.
that's 40 years old right now?
Well done.
You're
well
going back 4 decades.
I didn't remember any of those. I smoke way too much.
Well, the thing is, I watch so much stand-up, so for me, when someone says that, you don't automatically can just pull it off your head, unless you just watch that bit over and over again.
Yes.
Well done.
Very good.
People are
Glad you brought
obsessed.
that.
So let's get into some topics here. We're going to put Rosie to the test. All right, I always see her opinion because we always get our male opinion.
Right?
We never get a sober woman's opinion.
How
So
do you know
far.
I'm sober?
So far.
Right? Yeah, okay. It's blue water. It's really blue. Let's talk a little bit about the news today because I think that's something we never ever do. We kind of get into
A little bit, we touch on it.
We touch on it a little bit,
Yeah.
but let's just go through the news of today. And I know there is something in the news that I know because I know you was bothering you.
Dude, can we just officially, obviously everyone knows.
As Canadians,
Yes.
let's talk.
Fuck the police,
Fuck
first
the
of all.
police.
For their
Fuck 'em.
absolute inaction
Ignorance.
and complacency
Disgusting.
in letting these actions in the East Coast with the lobster fishery go unaccounted for.
Yeah.
One person has been arrested. There was an assault. Somebody was confined against their will. They set property on fire, and one person was arrested. So to me, it's like we talk about these things so much. I'm sure white people are sick of hearing about it. But if you're gonna be sick of hearing about it, then let's do something to fix it.
Exactly.
Right? That's the next step. If you're gonna talk about being, I hate it, I'm sick of this shit. Fucking
Do
fix
something
it.
about
Stop
it.
fucking talking about it, right?
I think what has to happen first with Canadians is we need to stop feeding into the American brainwashing in the rest of the world and realize something that in our country here we have. Did you see that video on Instagram today about the students rolling out that big banner with all the names of the children who were killed in resident schools?
Oh wow.
And they walked out this banner, it was about 50 feet long, all full of names, in front of all these like white people basically. And the whole gym goes quiet and everyone's kind of like, oh, they didn't know how to handle it. But then when you saw it, you're like, oh my God, man, like thousands and thousands of names
That's powerful.
on the sheet. And I think what's really happening in Canada, and I hate it because my friend James just got lit up on social media because he said that all lives matter, right?
Mhm.
And although we are in a time where yes is true, Black Lives Matter, they are the people that need to be, helped, and we need to stop all that's happening. We're being brainwashed in Canada to ignore what's really happening with our own racism here, buddy. And
We
own
have our own
racism
right.
at home.
Yeah.
We've been disrespecting Indians
Yeah.
for hundreds
Yes.
Oh yeah.
of years. Like all we do is make it rain on them.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
the thing
Yeah.
is, there's
And-
treaties. There were treaties made, and you're breaking the treaty. You can't have it all. You can't oppress the people, take their land, fuck them for their future, and then after all of that, make a treaty saying, okay, fine, let's try and figure out a solution, and then fuck them again. You can't have all of it
Yeah.
without people being outraged, and people are rightfully outraged, but it's not enough, man. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough, and
No.
this is a problem, dude, because because it's all happening. Like this Nova Scotia thing was bound to happen.
Yeah.
It was bound to happen somewhere, right? And this is, I think, just the beginning. I think you're going to see the brotherhood of Indians across the nation are
Yeah.
going to bound together.
It needs to happen.
They are, yeah.
It's going to happen, man. And it's really sad though, because we're in Canada and our riots aren't going to be as cool as the States.
Well,
You
not
guys
everybody
know this.
not everyone has a gun.
Exactly.
Right? And we're not
The
going to
right to
light
bear
shit on
arms.
fire. Right? We're not going to light on things on fire. You know?
No. Well, we might.
We're not going to protest down Robson. There's nothing even on Robson.
If we do it
We'll
for
break into
hockey
a BB
games.
store,
Yeah.
get
No,
some
that's-
foaming
We're
shirts,
so
jackets.
We're so nice here, though. Did you see they had our
We're
demonstration this
Canadian.
weekend? Did
Yeah.
you see it though downtown?
No.
You're right. We're so Canadian.
Yeah.
Eh?
Everyone's so like polite. Doop, 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 protest.
Yeah,
Right?
it's surface though.
It's very
Yeah.
surface.
It's surface.
People go there for selfies.
You don't have to look far to see the systemic racism in Canada. You don't have to look very far. It's pretty blatant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are just used to turning a blind eye. That's it.
Yeah, and they get used to doing that.
Yeah. Did you ever experience racism in your life?
To be honest, no.
What about when you went to India?
I think you have it. I think you have it at your workplace.
I think I have, but maybe I've just ignored it. Like I'm ignorant to that. I don't see that.
Okay,
You're a
let-
good mind.
Okay,
Exactly.
let's
I try
let's
to turn all
rephrase.
situations
Have you been called the N-word?
Actually, I have.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
So you're not even.
Wow.
Okay.
But that's because you're not black. You're not going, oh, okay, well, that's
I'm like, you're an idiot. If you're gonna be racist, call me a fucking Hindu.
Yeah, at least know your race.
a terrorist.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
You got it all wrong, man.
But see, this is the
Yeah.
this is the
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Bad racist.
this is the problem when people are being assholes. They go right to the thing they think is gonna hurt
And
you the
why
most.
the N-word? Why?
Automatic.
Why?
Yeah. They want to hit you as hard as they can.
Yeah.
But what's gonna happen when someone physically hits you back?
Yeah.
Right?
I've done time
You gonna
with
learn
guys like
today.
Yeah.
that. I've done time with guys who stuck up for themselves because someone was being racist against them and they defended themselves and they're in jail for it. And that was like a 90s, early 2000 kind of charge, right? And back then when I got back from Mexico and got to Mat School and I met this guy, he was like, yeah, some guy called me a name and whatever, I beat him up and then I went to jail. And I'm like, dude, that would not happen to you today.
Right.
20 years later,
Right.
you would beat the guy and you would tell the cop, the guy called me, this and that.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
too sensitive. We can't,
Yeah, I think there's a bit of that. But fuck, man. Like, at what point do people have to restrain themselves when you're being a racist piece of shit? Because if someone is being racist to me, I would want to fucking hit them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can resolve it with
Well,
words.
that's because you know how to fight.
Yeah, well, I can resolve things
I
with
wanna hit
words.
them too.
Yeah, exactly. You want to physically hurt them. So people gotta know, man. They gotta watch what they say. They gotta watch what the things that they say to people without knowing who they are and just assuming that I can just say this and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to get over, do you think we're going to get back to a part where everyone's like, okay, enough of this singling out races, black lives, all lives, native lives. Can we just start taking care of one another? Are we ever getting to that?
Mike, that's the goal.
But
That's
do you
the
think
goal,
we'll ever
right?
accomplish
But
that?
I'm hopeful, but realistically, not for a very long time.
It's not profitable.
No.
Right?
Exactly.
I think it's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, I'm hopeful, but I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime.
That's too bad, though. That's sad just saying that.
Yeah, I don't think there's a leader that can unify. Because the thing is, we're monkeys, man. We're tribal.
Yeah.
We need a leader. We need like a unifying force, and there's no unifying force right now.
No, there's not.
Religion is dead,
Yeah.
on its way to being extinct, becoming mythology in the
Yeah.
next 30 to 50 years.
I hope so.
Religion will
That's
be
the cause of all the
mythology.
hatred in this world.
Yeah, and it'll become a myth.
It's unfortunate, yeah.
We won't look at it with reverence
All the
anymore.
closet gay Catholics will be
All
exposed.
the pedophiles.
Oh,
The Pope was gay. Like, come on. Like just admit
Let's
it.
face it, people. Exactly.
And let's
Swallow
go
your
on,
pride and get over it. It's all good.
right? The reason you almost is like, why wouldn't they ordain women or let women become priests or let women become pros? Because it's an all boys club,
Right.
right?
Right.
They don't like
Just
they
like
don't want
hockey.
lesbians in there. It's just like, what I mean, gay guys don't want to party with lesbians and things. Those things don't happen. You know what I mean? Like we want our own club, right? And that's what the Pope's club is, man.
Have your own club. Everyone has their own club.
the best thing that can happen is for them to be extinct.
Just
That's the best thing that can happen.
Yeah, just be free.
Too many people have been victimized and continue to be victimized.
Open up the Vatican Library and let us see that Jesus was just the greatest marketer of
Just
all.
put it
Let us
online.
have back what you stole from us.
Yes.
That's it.
Admit
That's
it.
it. You keep what's yours and give us back what's ours.
That's the thing.
That's it.
Nothing is theirs.
What if they unleash the Vatican? So they go down the Vatican, they boom, kick in the door, sit down, Pope, right? Right? Goes down, okay. Clean tablecloth, right? You go down there, you kick it open, and you open up the annals of time,
Again!
right?
3 episodes in a row.
Right?
Okay.
You open up the
I was going to
books
question him about that.
of the annals of time, and you go in there,
Yeah.
and you see that Jesus was Pakistani.
Oh, wow.
What would happen?
Man, I think there's
That's a
enough.
possibility.
I think there's
We
enough.
know he's brown.
Yeah, there's enough information to know he's brown.
What would
So-
happen? In the
He's
Hindu
not a tan
community?
white guy. He's brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm telling you, man.
Would that not turn everything on its head?
No, it wouldn't, because there's still people that believe Jesus is white.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I
He
know.
was in the Middle East.
Yeah.
He wasn't named Patrick.
No, he wasn't.
He was named
Johnson.
He wasn't named
Johnson.
Jesus.
Listen, there were 5 white people then, okay?
Right?
He could have been one of those white
But how did Jesus meet the only white people there? He had 12 apostles, and they all had English
It's all
names.
divine.
Yeah.
Peter, Mark, Paul. Like, really? These are the names that they had
Maybe
in
he was an
Israel?
albino.
Could be.
Oh, Peter, Mark. Yeah, that's true.
All the apostles have white names. Give me a fucking break,
Yeah.
man. We're in Israel. They speak Hebrew.
It's horrible. The amount of apostles I grew up with, I went to school with, Luke's and Matthews. And
Right?
It's all North American English.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And they're all fucked up.
Right? So,
Sorry to all the
so
Lukes
how
and
long have you
Matthews
guys
out
been
there.
married?
20 years.
Yeah.
Let's try to change this up.
You know what I like, man? I like long walks to the bank.
20, right? 20 years, man. That's a lot. What's the
20.
secret to 20 years? of
Ooh.
marriage?
I think the biggest thing is not figuring why you fell in love with the person in the first place.
I say breakfast in head.
Oh.
That too.
Good cushion alcohol.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
Let's keep it real, right?
yeah. Well, there has to be some certain element of chemistry to keep you going.
Absolutely.
All those years,
Absolutely.
right? The chemistry has to be. Is it the most important part? Like you
Absolutely.
guys have kids, and this is the thing. Like, when people have kids, they start to fall apart after.
Because the kids take a lot on you.
They do it.
They do.
Blood sucking.
Well, I shouldn't say it because
Life
she's the life
giver.
giver.
There are BBFs, our broke best friends.
Yeah.
They want to come everywhere with us, but they never have any money.
No.
You want to eat? Yeah. Do you have money? No.
No.
What?
You still got a year and a half
Right.
left
It's
to
like-
take care of.
We're Indian. They're never going to leave.
They're never.
Their wives are coming. They're going to have 4 kids in the house. We're all living together.
No. Like the thing is, with as dads, we want to take credit for something,
Yeah.
right? Like we're a part of it too. We raise them too. But in reality, they're the life
It's
givers.
the moment.
They're the life givers, man.
Wow.
Obviously, I do as much as I possibly can to contribute in the household. But at the end of the day, a family unit is.
Okay, shout out to all the sperm donors. Come on now.
There's a lot of those.
We can't do it all by ourselves,
There's a lot of
right?
those.
It's true.
Yeah.
What is the best part about the kids getting older?
They're so independent. We did a good job, man.
You
Yeah.
guys did a good job.
I
think
I
we
gotta
did.
say,
I think we did.
you
They
did a good
cook,
job,
they
actually.
clean, they fend for
Good job.
themselves.
I
They're
gotta
loving,
give
they're
it to you.
respectful,
You got really
Yeah.
good kids. And
they're
not many people
loyal, they're down,
do. They're always smiling.
right?
Yeah.
Every time I see
They
them,
have
they're
a
like
lot to
posing
be
for a
grateful
picture.
for.
I'm like, did you set your kids up to do this?
Not intentional, man. They're just
We
happy
spent Ativan
kids.
in their morning cocoa.
Right?
The nice thing is they like hanging out with us still,
Yeah.
which is a cool
A little
thing,
too
right?
much though. You don't even
Like
need
our
that.
daughter is always, Tia is always beside us all the time when we're chilling on the couch. She's always there.
But do you notice she's getting sassy though?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's 13.
And she's a little sassy, yeah,
That's the
man.
age.
Well, we gotta understand she's
Right, yeah.
she's a combination of us,
Yeah.
and we're both extremely outspoken.
Oh, that
So
could be
she's
dangerous.
absolutely
Well, we
gonna be
encourage her to be
outspoken.
vocal, right? Don't hold
Yeah.
your feelings in. Express yourself.
Yeah.
And she's 24/7 expressing herself.
And there's gonna be times where we don't like that expression.
There's a lot of times I don't like that expression,
Wow.
especially right now.
Yeah.
But
So-
I'm dealing, people.
So do they watch the show or do they listen?
I know she's seen clips on YouTube.
Okay.
Ty's listened to a bit of it, and I don't expect them to. I mean, like even when it comes to my music, I know Ty puts songs on his playlist that he likes to hear every now and then, but I don't expect them to bump my music. I know my daughter's a fan of my stuff because she knows
She knows
She can
every
spit
single
every
song,
bar.
word
Oh,
for
wow.
word.
and I spit bars. I don't just rap.
Yeah.
I spit bars. So
cadence is
Yeah, yeah.
on point.
she matches up the bars and the tempo. I'm like, yeah,
Wow.
she's got some
I
skill.
think sometimes she's better than him.
Well, she
Wow.
appreciates it. She
Yeah.
appreciates it,
Yeah.
right? So I know
Yeah.
she's a fan, but
Because I watched your videos of you and her singing. She really loves music. You guys have a really
Does.
sweet relationship.
She's our music
eh?
soul child. Both our kids are.
honestly, man, if I could convince her to like sing,
Yeah.
she can belt.
Oh yeah.
Like she walks around the house breaking off runs and belting, and I listen to her. I'm like, God
Conversation
damn!
in song.
But she doesn't want to sing. She doesn't want to sing for people. Why'd you give me that voice, man? I want to sing like
So
that.
you raised some good kids. What's their downfall?
House cleaning.
Well, I
They
mean,
do it,
that's
but-
constant, right?
Well, that's pretty
Yeah.
normal for
Constant.
kids. Right?
Yeah.
No.
Like, what do you see the future? You see the future where our world is going, and you've raised your kid for 19 and 13 years, right? And I mean, you're going to be kicking one of them out into the world pretty quick. Well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
One of them, is he itching to get out, or is he kind of?
No.
No, he's a little.
Nope.
I think he understands the reality of the situation,
right?
Yeah.
Most kids aren't.
Well, we talk to him about bills and what it takes to pay, and he understands I don't have an income. How the hell am I going to get a place, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we got to have some logic.
And we keep it real. There's no sugarcoating. You can't, right? It's
I
a tough
see that
world.
from you guys.
I'm hopeful that everything we've instilled in them, they take with them, and as far as they can go, because we only have good things to say to them, right?
Yeah.
And everything else is up to them.
You kind of hope that you've taught them everything.
Fly, butterfly, fly.
Right? We've taught you
Spread your
everything you
wings and
know.
fly away.
And the thing is, we're very
I need to
opposite
work out.
parenting styles. Me and Rosie are very opposite parenting styles.
Who's the soft?
You know what the crazy thing is, man?
Definitely.
I grew up in like a hardcore disciplinarian home, and she didn't.
Yeah.
And now that we're older, I am not the hardcore disciplinarian she is.
Because I have
feel like-
expectations.
Well, I
I
feel
want them
like
to be forever grateful. They should be grateful for everything. They have so much.
Yeah.
They have so much.
Yeah. I think they are grateful. You
Yeah.
can just
Oh
see
yeah,
their
I think so.
definitely,
I think so.
definitely.
yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, you teach them all the tools and everything, but what do you worry about?
Them being taken advantage of.
That's no, I don't think it would happen to my
There's
daughter.
sharks
Because they're
outside.
giving, very giving.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
it would, I think my daughter is like kind of sharp. I think Tia's sharp like
And
that.
Ty, he
Yeah.
wears his
Ty's a little bit-
sleeve like me.
Yeah.
He's a
So
giver.
he can expose
He's a
himself
giver.
and his
He does.
emotions.
Yeah.
When he cries, I cry.
Oh,
Like it's like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
his heartache is mine.
Oh, that's so good.
It's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Firstborn man.
Life givers, yo.
Oh, yeah.
He taught me everything. He taught me how to be a mom. Like
Oh,
I owe
that's
him so
good.
much, man.
Yeah. That's so cool. What's the worst part about having kids? Like, tell the people that are gonna have some kids right now.
Do you want to take that first?
Like, what's the worst thing about it? Like, I mean, this is your kids aren't gonna listen to this episode.
Now they will.
They're not gonna listen.
Go ahead.
But this is reality. Like,
I would say if there is a worst, I don't think there's a worst,
Mhm.
but if there is a worst, I would say because as an artist I'm selfish, and time is a thing, right?
Yeah.
And time you cannot ever get back.
Yeah.
So it's a time sacrifice, obviously, but at the end of the day, you're creating these lives that are going to eventually affect the world, hopefully in a great way.
Yeah.
So I feel like, because I'm a talker,
Yeah.
and I like to drop gems on them as much as I possibly can. And, you know, a lot of times kids, you obviously, you've been around kids, they don't hear you.
Yeah.
Or you think they don't hear you. But as my kids have gotten older, now I know they've heard me because they'll bring up stuff.
One of their favorite shows is
okay.
Ancient Aliens. Yeah.
I just want them to think as outside the box as possible all the time.
That's so good.
Never restrict your thoughts.
See, I missed having that opportunity in life with my daughter, right? To grow up and being a part of her, like, of her birth and her, well, not of her birth, but of her coming up as a person. You know what I mean? I had pockets of influence on her.
How much time did you get to spend
Not
overall?
much, couple years or something.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
It's horrible, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if
There's
I,
a lot that happens and so fast.
Mhm. Yeah, it was. And it was really tough. Like, you know, off and on in life, we've been in each other's lives.
Yeah.
But, you know, the time away, it was just such big chunks of time, right? And it was such big, like, amounts. And it was just so hard to get through it. But if I could go back being who I was now, I know that I would have had to make way more of an effort. Because I was counting on her mom and my family and their family to help in the effort. And I was so naive that way and selfish, right? That I didn't realize that I had to put out that effort. I wasn't taught to be a good father or a parent. I wasn't given that option growing up, right? Didn't have great parents growing up, right? So I never got to experience that. And that's why what your kids have is so important. It's more important than people know. Like, it's almost like, I remember reading this thing when I'm checking on my psychopathy years ago, right? And I remember reading this thing about that it's worse for a kid not to hear good things than it is to hear a whole bunch of bad things. So you could grow up in a house and hear like, oh, all this negative. That won't affect you as much as if you don't even get one little bit of positivity.
That's true.
Right? So, you know, the more positive you give, it kind of kills all the negative stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, growing up, you see that. I've grown up with kids who are like, dude, they got zero positivity. You know, probably my only thing was that I didn't grow up at home.
Yeah.
Right? And I was able to get positivity from strangers, basically.
Yeah.
Right? And so that kind of melded me into a good person, right? So it's weird, but it's just so important being part of that beginner stage, right?
Oh yeah, I feel like our kids are smothered. We say I love you like 100 times a day. We eat all meals together except for breakfast, but on weekends we eat every meal together.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited to come home. I can't wait to come home. And
That's pretty good.
for me, I feel like there's more than enough hours in a day. I work 8 hours. I go to the gym every day. I come home. I cook. I clean. I do homework. I do everything, and I feel so good. There's not one day I come home and I get my stuff done. And I feel like, you know what? Like I wish I did this. I get everything done. I love it.
Okay, but where does that come from? Because people always talk about motivation and wanting to do something, and everybody has the same amount of time in a day, and I know everybody hears this till they're blue in the face. But where does that come from? What's that? What's that thing? Thing that makes you happen?
The motivating factor?
Yeah, what is it?
I think I just grew up being around people that were motivated all the time. My parents were immigrants. They came from Fiji. I came here when I was 3 years old. Like we migrated like bison, right, to this country. They wanted to give us a better life. And all I saw in my life growing up was love, food, and hard work. That's all I know. And that's me. And so that's why I try to, that's what I try to teach my kids, right? Your ethics is everything. Respect is everything. Being loyal is everything, right?
Yeah. We need to teach Canadians that.
Oh man.
So how do you use that to better yourself?
Like herself personally?
Yeah, because you're nonstop go.
I'm a giver. I'm a natural giver. When I give and I see somebody takes it and runs with it, that's my fulfillment. I feel so good. I just want to do for other people all the time. My family is my everything.
Yeah, you're a good
Yeah.
mom.
I just want to. Like, you know what I mean? There's not like, shit, I got to do this. There's none of
But that was
It's like I
ingrained
can't
in
wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was ingrained in you at a young age.
Yeah.
And you became an influence on him. That's why he became such a good
definitely.
guy.
I disciplined him a lot.
Right? I think that's what
20 years and we still together.
Yeah.
Can we say grow together?
Yeah.
All right, if that's what you want to call it. We grew.
I'm sure I affected you in some ways.
100%.
And adjust this. You know what you do? See that little knob right there in the middle?
This?
That one? Yeah. Adjust that one. Just push the mic out a little bit. I'll give her some room. Okay, installed. There you go. It's way better. Dink. Right, so Rose, if you had to do your own podcast,
Oh man.
what would you do?
I would just have a selfie cam and I'd be at the gym just busting out all
Gym
day.
one, eh?
Yeah. That's where I feel at home. That's when I feel like it doesn't matter who's watching, who's around. I feel like I'm by myself. And I do whatever the fuck I want and I feel so good.
You pretty much do.
You put me
run
on a
that
platform and I'm like a deflated balloon. I'm like, I literally deflate right in front of you.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are like gems. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, I commend you for what you do.
But look at you.
got balls, man. Like, you guys, I'm amongst like the greats right now, okay?
We're gonna be the
podcast
greats.
city. I'm on high phrase.
One day, Mike.
One day.
I'm on high fucking phrase right now. Seriously.
Yeah.
One day, this will take off.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
And we got a little business plan that I'm doing. I'm getting little sponsors in on it, and I think it's a really good idea. Like, I just think that this is where, we can take another step and actually get more content.
We're locals supporting locals, right?
Supporting locals.
Yeah.
And I think, there's, if you think about it, even what she said about getting on a platform and talking, you can't do that. Like, even if you're a business owner,
Yeah.
and you just don't have time, or you don't have the, right? That you could just do it, right? And that's what I mean, like, Rosie, so what would you do for a podcast? A gym podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I would be able to do what you guys do.
Do a
Seriously.
gym podcast.
We've been talking for like 40 minutes. I'm gonna have to
No,
shake it,
50
right?
minutes.
Like,
Okay.
why?
So
For
back
what?
back to this. I would want to ask you, but it's hard to make people feel bad because people ask you all the time, especially women ask you all the time how you stay in shape.
Yeah. I could see that.
Can you work me out?
Oh, you could ask the trainer.
All the time.
All the time.
Oh, wow.
And I've actually taken some people up on their offer.
Yeah, they don't
They'll
ask.
train with me once and then I never hear back from them.
Beats that ass.
That's it.
Yeah.
Beats that
That
ass.
is, it's it.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, like, the ethic of the workout, like the wanting to, is what if she got paid, she could be a professional athlete, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you, it's a stupid question to ask why you work out that hard.
I work out to look good naked.
Right?
Why else?
But there has to be a deeper reason that you work out that hard. Like, I gotta say, like, when I was fighting,
Yeah.
or I was boxing, I boxed because I was angry. You know what I mean? Like, I boxed because I felt like LeBron. I had no respect ever in life, right?
Mhm.
I never really gave a lot of people respect though either. I didn't know this at a young age. I
Mhm.
learned this till I was older. when I fought, I was like really angry, and I went in there to murder somebody if I could, you know what I mean, and not out of like any other reason. And I was just so angry. So that was like my deep rooted fuel. I've watched you in the gym, and you just train like a mad beast, sweating.
Ask them. People come up to us all the time. Just last Saturday,
like, are you an
this man
athlete?
came up to us and he's like,
People always ask. Well, I think
your work ethic is great.
If I'm training by myself, I'll just run.
I've watched you train.
I just run.
Yes,
right.
You're like me training.
But when I work out with her, it is all out.
I've seen you train with her.
Yeah.
So it's not even you.
It's a different workout. But I can go there.
Yeah.
I just need motivation. She is her own motivation.
Okay, I think I'm about to have my Oprah moment right now. So I've always been a skinny kid, okay?
Yeah.
My brother used to call me an upside down broom with hair. You get it? Flat as a carpenter's dream, all of that shit, right? And then I had kids, and I'm telling you, it changed my life. And so, I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but it ruined my body. Like, I've never been self-conscious about the way I looked. I even stopped wearing bikinis and shorts for like a good 5-6 years, you know what I mean? I would complain every day, I'm fat. I think he just got sick of it. And when he's like, then do something about it, I'm like, all right, you know what? I fucking will. I went to that gym the same night. I signed up with Good Life. It was like the ladies, you know, like fitness.
Wait, was it yoga first?
No, it was spin. I showed up the next day for the first 6 a.m. spin class. And even the girl's like, holy shit. Like, you just signed up yesterday. I'm like, dude, I am motivated. And I just never looked back. And you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? It took a village to raise me too. Like, I just met the right people at the right time. And
shout out Andrew Natali.
Andrew Natali, you changed my life. I fucking love you.
Wow.
This is
Yoda.
Mr.
Fitness
Yoda.
Fitness Yoda.
Like, you just want to download everything off his brain. This guy is epic.
What was the greatest thing you remember him teaching you?
Wait, before you go there, tell me about the first time we met. How he approached us.
Like, he basically walked up to me and he's like, he's like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, or with your body? And I'm like, I have a small waist and a big ass. He's like, I can transform your shoulders, your ass, your waist. Just let me do it. And I was like, all right. Like, I've had so many people approach me on personal training, and I'm like, you know what? I've seen what you do. No, hell no. I can be training you. Like, you know what I mean?
And
no
this guy's
way.
50 plus. Handlebar mustache.
Total.
Popeye.
1970s porn, like, you know, blue lights.
But dude, man, his fitness techniques are out of control, man. The stuff we learned from him, we'll never forget.
Well, he's local.
Yeah. He used to train at
Good Life Burnaby.
Yeah,
he's
not anymore.
Yeah.
He's
just moved on. He's
beast.
He's up on the mountain now. You have to climb the mountain to see him. Right?
Might be soon, man.
What's the one thing he taught you, though? What was the greatest thing he taught you?
That you can do whatever you put your mind to.
So true, right?
It's so true. Like, honestly, like, oh man.
You know what the thing is? Everyone says it. He just convinced you could do it.
I used to
You hear it a million times, right?
I started off training with him, and then within like a couple weeks, I became his training partner. So I was training with him and his clients. People would come in the gym and they'd be like, I want to look like her. And he's okay. You want to train with her? They're like, yeah. So I would train 4, 5, 6 hours a day, Monday to Friday.
Wow.
People would be
free. Like,
he would be training people that are paying for classes, and just tell her to join the class because her motivation, she just gets everybody up here. But you feel guilty when you work out with her and you're not pushing yourself.
That's awesome.
Well, I feel guilty. Half-ass motherfucking workouts.
I've seen your half-ass work.
And the thing is, for me, that's enough. For me, that's enough.
Watching me.
I'm the same.
Right. But with Rosie, you can't do that shit.
You know, I think that, you know, anything is possible. And this is an age-old
Ain't nothing do it but to do it, right? Ain't nothing do it but to do it.
I think that it's just inevitable that whatever it is you're going after, you will get. And I think that, you know, if you continue on, obviously if you stop, then it's going to end, right? But I think it's just inevitable that you get there. You don't hear many many stories of people who continue to try and reach something and don't make it. Sure, you hear a lot of failure stories, but I argue this point.
Oh.
And I'm going to put it to you this way. Sometimes you have a dream, and the dream looks a certain way, but really it's disguising the true success and the true dream that you have for yourself. And, you know, that you have to keep going until you feel satisfied with your life, right? Because, like, even take yours, for example, in music. Music is your ultimate dream, be a successful recording artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
But maybe your success comes on the journey towards that.
Yeah.
right? And you become bigger than that in a way. Will you be satisfied?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I just want to create art that impacts change and influences change and makes people see things that they don't see.
Yeah.
And I want to do it in an entertaining way, right? Mm-hmm. And I never limited myself to just doing music.
No, you want to be an entertainer.
Yeah, I write all the time. I create all the time. I never stop. I make like little mini movies and scripts for us to do in the house. You know,
I've seen those.
It never ends.
Yeah.
It never ends, right? So for me, it's just a matter of something that coming together that can help propel all of the art into a place where I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't think it'll ever be being satisfied. Right? I mean, for me, it's not a money thing. Mm-hmm. Right now, I could just work my 9 to 5 and I'm okay for money.
Yeah.
Right? I hate having that permanent commitment because the mortgage and all that other bullshit that comes down with being a father. Right? But
real life,
exactly.
The sacrifice is what makes it sweet, right?
Yeah.
Because when you look back, you hear all the successful entertainers when they talk about their come up stories. Yeah. They all say this. I never imagined I'd be here. I never imagined I'd be talking to you. I never imagined I'd be this plateau. I never imagined I'd Oscar. These things they obviously thought about, but they never thought that it's gonna happen. It's just these little steps kind of propelled it to happen, right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I have my ultimate dream and I just
which is what you do everything. This motherfucker literally does everything. I get messages from Mike all the time. We should try this. We should try it. Just no.
I'm gonna expose myself.
Do it.
Okay, because I'm all about truth, and I hope I help people with the truth.
Yes.
Is that I don't know what I want to do. I have zero idea.
So there's no end of the rainbow goal.
There is no finish line for me. I have no idea what I want to do with my life. And I mean that in a very, very professional and constructive way.
You're honest, yeah.
Right? Is that I don't know what I'm going to do with my life because I have a dream.
Yeah.
And even though it may cost me everything, my relationships, it might cost me a lot of things in the future. Right? All I want to do is the same thing as you. I just want to get paid.
Hell yeah.
I just want to be paid to be an entertainer. Yeah, I don't care how it is. Yeah. My girl coming from the pulpit up at the top, screaming down from the highest tower upon me, and as I'm working in the fields, right? As she's up there, the princess in the highest tower, yelling at me as I, sow the fields or whatever, right? Sow the fields. She's like, "What do you want to do? Like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to be an actor?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You trying to be a writer?" "Yeah, I'm trying to be a writer too."
Yeah.
Right? Are you DJ? Yeah. Are you MC? Yeah. Right? Your podcast? Yes.
Why can't you be all?
Why can't we?
Why not?
That's
what I say.
But you are, and you're doing it.
That's right. And this thing is, it's inevitable that it will happen. Right? It's inevitable that your dreams will come true. I know for a fact this gentleman here is going to be a huge success.
I appreciate you, man.
No, I know you are.
I don't tell you enough, but I appreciate you.
And that's why we needed to do this. Mm-hmm. Because this, who knows where it goes.
Yeah.
But the point is, you got to jump off somewhere.
Exactly.
Right? And you got to have a base, and you're such a good talker that if you can just get in a talking base.
You're starving.
Yeah. That's where it starts for you. And then everything else comes from that. And that's the same as me, dude. Like, I wanted to be a writer, right? Yeah. And so for me, I'm like, it's going to be a writer. I want to, tell stories and truths. And, that's my true dream. It's like to be able to go, sit down with my cocktail.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Spin a yarn, spin a tail.
Oh my God. Spool thread.
My typewriter, right? Or my typewriter.
Typewriter.
I guess it would be like computer with a tower.
Wow. You would have to get the Bluetooth keyboard that makes those clicking sounds to satisfy you.
Rosie, did you have a dream?
My dream. Actually, you know what? I always wanted to be a dentist.
Did you?
I did.
Practical.
Growing up, I used to pull everyone's teeth out.
Still.
I still do it. I'm known for that in the family.
Really?
Yes.
Wiggly teeth you wear.
I am. I'm the ghetto dentist, right? Definitely. Yeah. I used to give my cousins and my brother fillings when we were young. I'd tilt them on the chair on the back of the bed. I'd get like remember HP pencils? Mm-hmm. I used to sharpen them up and color their white tooth silver.
Jesus.
Too. Make like drilling sounds. Oh yeah. I was good at my job. I was good at my job. I never had a complaint.
Shout out to Rosie's cousins that have that poison.
No angry return customer, you know what I mean?
to have that nervous tick now.
That would
There was no
explain
reviews
some
on Google
things.
back then, you know.
Babe, that would explain some things about some of your relatives and lead poisoning.
Oh,
What about
wow.
when like the kids finally are out doing their own thing and you don't have to be mom anymore? Is there something?
That'll never
Are you
happen.
going to substitute into that? Are you going to go after and do something or?
I'm gonna travel.
gonna
I mean, if
travel?
COVID allows us to travel anytime
Can
soon, I'm
we
gonna start
travel?
traveling. Yeah, we can travel.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. I can't travel by
Yeah, you
myself.
guys love to
Yeah.
travel.
I told you, man, that's my road dog for life. For Leah.
Yeah, you guys go on a lot of trips.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
very
also many
jealous.
years where we never went on any trips,
Yeah, me
right?
either.
So
I haven't been on vacation since '96. Well, if you count Mexico, living down there at the time. It was
Yeah.
Life was a
long
vacation back
That
then,
was
you know?
that was forced.
life
Yeah.
was a vacation.
It's one of those things, man. My girl's got this funny thing about vacations. She's like, as you're trying to grow or whatever, right? She's
Mhm.
like, don't take vacations, right? And I always thought it's because she would go to some small country and want to crush it under her foot, right?
Got
See all
to
these peasants and want to just destroy them and open a Walmart right on the
Oh my
beach.
god.
Right? I always thought that's what it was, but it wasn't. It's because she's a time sensitive person.
Yeah.
You know, the time, like how you said that
Time is
about
money.
kids. Yeah. She's like time, right? Like every second and minute in our life is like.
But you can't sacrifice
See,
that
that's when you
for
gotta stop and
experiences.
smell the flowers.
Yeah,
Like,
She
really.
does.
Real.
Yeah.
She does. She
Yeah.
buys herself a purse or something. You know.
Ooh.
Well, traveling is
something.
priceless, man.
Yeah.
Doing it with
Yeah.
people that you love is priceless, man. It's
Yeah.
nothing like it.
But
man.
so is time. Like we'd be vacationing and we'd be walking. I'd be like, let's take a picture, and he'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll come back and take a picture. So many times I listened to him, and we never came back and took that picture. So one day I'm like, you know what? We stopped, we took a picture, and if I wanted to stop 50 times on that 5-minute walk, we stopped 50 times and took pictures, and those pictures
And I take all the
are
pictures.
priceless. Are
All
priceless.
the
Yeah.
pictures.
You don't get time back, right?
You
But you
don't
can
get it.
capture time,
Yeah.
the essence of time, right?
Yeah, you guys have a lot of pictures. See,
Oh,
I don't have
man.
any pictures with my girl.
Oh,
I have
wow.
none. I
Yeah.
have maybe 4 in existence.
I'm a picture whore. For
Wait,
sure.
do you even have a girlfriend then?
Yes, on paper, but not on film.
I think the viewers would like to see that on
I think she
picture.
prefers it that way, right?
No,
Yeah.
we're both the same. We just don't take pictures. I never take a picture up with her. We don't really do that. I think maybe because she's a little bit older than me, and it's it's different
But I've
generation.
seen her, she's gorgeous.
She's beautiful, but she takes a great picture, but she just doesn't like pictures.
Is that the same for you?
No, I'm just kind of like, take my picture,
Whatever.
take my picture, Like, when I remember I do like groups and like work groups or something. That's why I kind of didn't like going to a job.
Okay.
So it'd be like, right? So you go there and then there'd be like a staff get together.
Oh, so fake.
And I would always try to be non-psycho Myco and go to these staff parties, right? And it was always like, I'm going to the staff party. I psych myself. I'm going to the staff party, right? I'm going to the staff party. And Ange would be like, sure you are. Right? No, I'm going to the staff party. I'm going to the staff party. Get all dressed up, put on my best polo shirt, right? And bounce. And I'd get there and all of a sudden anxiety and everything would be going through the roof. Right? I'd just start going crazy. But I'm like, no, I'm going to prove my girl wrong. I'm going to the party, right? I'm going to the staff party. So I go into the staff party, and of course everyone looks at you and they're shocked. They're shocked to see me.
Mike?
They're like, Mike, I didn't know you came to staff parties. This was a true staff party, Joe. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm there. And the fucking first thing, like within 10 minutes, they're like, group picture.
Oh, no.
This was just when selfies started. So what was that, 2012?
Yeah, about
Around
right.
2012, right? And the song Selfie was out
Oh, no.
by Chainsmokers. Remember that one?
I don't.
But
We're
come on,
hip
let's
hop.
take a selfie.
We're a hip hop only room.
Oh, no.
You never heard that song?
No.
I'm gonna put it as the intro. I'm gonna put it as the intro for this.
No.
Let me take a selfie. And I remember, and they were doing this selfie, and I felt so angry. No, I do.
Oh,
I
no.
felt so angry.
Wait, that rap name though, non-Psycho Myco?
Psycho Michael.
Psycho Myco.
Psycho Michael. Oh, that's what they used to call me.
Horror rap. That's your horror rap name.
Dude, it was horrible.
Very befitting.
Buddy,
face, Mike.
you wanted
Myco.
You wanted to go with me back in the day. There were 2 things that could happen back in the day. You wanted to fight. 1, call me Psycho Mike O. Right? Because it was Mike Olton, Mike O, Psycho, Mike O.
Right.
Fucking lose it.
Oh,
Lose it.
shit.
And the other one that made me just lose the plot. And maybe Rosie can do this because their song's
Oh, no.
named after Rosies.
Yes.
Right?
We just had this conversation the other day about songs about Rose, but anyways.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. No, me and Rosie.
Mine was, oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fine. You guys would sing that to me. Oh, Mikey, you're so fine. I would lose it. It's almost like they knew that was my trigger.
It could be worse.
Could be worse.
Oh, Mikey, you're so fine.
The Rosie was any better, right?
Ring Around the Rosie.
Like, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck both of you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
You want to talk about systemic racism?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Ring Around the Rosie? A pharmacist once told me, and I respected her so much, that her granddaughters, they called their private areas Rosie.
Oh,
like, did you wash your Rosie? I'm like, you're
fuck?
kidding me right now.
That's some white people
People
shit.
tell me all the time, my dog's name is Rosie. I'm like, that's nice.
Fucking assholes.
That was horrible.
But fuck you both, okay?
And
my name is Arif. Do you know what kind of fucking names I got called when I was a kid? How's Arf?
Arf?
Yeah. How's that? Top that, motherfuckers.
Arf.
You got Ring Around the Rosie. You got, oh, Mikey, you're so fine.
Yeah.
I got Arf. Fuck
Arf.
both y'all. I win.
It's
Yeah,
hard
yours
when you're
was like
a kid.
a compliment.
But I didn't like it back then. I hated
I
that
fucking
song.
wanted to punch people, but I
I
couldn't
bet you love
fight.
it now.
I hate that song. When someone requests
Where's the
that song,
ashtray, man? We gotta
No,
love this shit.
when someone requests that song, I look at them. I'm like, do I know you?
Yeah, I don't get it, man. And then there was there was an encounter that I had with a friend that I've known since I was a child, and I actually had to clear this up in conversation because growing up in elementary school and in high school, for some reason, one of the teachers called me Arif in attendance, and I was too chicken shit to correct her.
That's your fault.
So I didn't say, this was like grade 3, and I didn't say anything to correct her, and everyone just started calling me Arif,
Oh no.
and the name stuck up until I was a grown ass person. And I remember when I met Rosie, she met one of my high school friends, and they called me Arif, and she literally said out loud, Arif? What the fuck is Arif? That's not your name.
Arif.
Your name is Arif. And I sat there for a second, I'm like, fuck. There's a whole fucking world of people that don't know how to say my fucking name that know me. So I was getting headshots done over the weekend with someone that I've known since grade 2. And they only know to call me Arif.
That's weird.
Right?
But
Yeah, that's really
So
weird.
I had to have a conversation with her before we met again. Like, we haven't actually hung out in decades, right? So I called her and talked to her about what my name should sound like. And after knowing someone for 17 years, telling them that my name is Arif,
that's weird.
right?
Yeah.
But the best part is she did the same thing with her name. Because she was called one, I don't want to expose her on the podcast, so I won't say her name. But she was one name growing up in elementary school, and now we found out that that was her middle name. That's not her name. So now she's going by her first name, which is a more ethnic sounding name. And I
It's a
think
beautiful name.
it is. And I don't think people understand how hard it is for ethnicities to just cope with their own fucking name.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
So you're Rosie. What's your license name?
Whole lot of woman.
What's
Whole
your
lot of woman.
what's your
Rosie.
what's your passport name? Tell me your passport name.
Rosies Imrana Ali.
Roriza.
Roriza. That's cool.
So can you imagine living your life as Roriza?
I think in kindergarten I went by that name,
Yeah.
and when people started calling me Rory, that's where I had to draw the
Rory!
fucking line. Ain't nobody calling me Rory.
Oh, that's
I never met a good Rory. Sorry, Rory's.
So from there, yeah, the next day I was Rosie.
wow. That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's a good name. That's good. It's good to have a good, like, original but not shitty name.
Right? Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I've met so many people with names, and you have to double ask their name. And what was that name? Right?
Sorry?
Like
What was
Arif?
it? No, not Arif. Arif didn't get me the first time. It took me a couple times though to
Yeah.
remember your name. Right? It took me a couple times.
Trying to say I'm not memorable, motherfucker.
No, because I was stuck on Alite.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
I was stuck because he introduced himself as Alite.
I'm elite.
Yeah, I know.
And it's funny how you said that. It's like I meet a lot of my Instagram friends, like just random places at the mall, in the bathroom, in the food court, at the park, running,
Yes.
hiking.
That is
And it's
so
like,
weird.
We
to
make
me.
eye contact and you're like, hey. And then you say their tag name, but that's not who they are,
Whoa,
right? Like, and then
that's
they'll be
what I
like,
want to talk about.
and then they'll be like, I'm Mike, and you're like, what? No.
Has this happened to you?
So many times.
Really? In
So
Vancouver?
many times, yes.
It's happened to me once. But what is the weirdest
weird.
Instagram or social media encounter that you've had? Come on, you've had a lot, I can tell.
Oh, man.
Have you had
I'm
anything?
trying to dig deep right now.
She's got some disgusting ones because there's fucking men that are pieces of shit out there that send unsolicited dick pics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all, bitches.
Not just dick pics, like full like videos of like stroking, explosions, background music.
Can you imagine this shit? And they're like, I don't get
Seinfeld
jealous.
playing in the background, you know,
That's
on the
just-
TV.
That's just so weird. I don't get how.
Tons. It's
Fucking
disgusting.
gross. Y'all are some
That is
fucking
not a turn on, man.
gross
That is
motherfuckers.
not a turn
Okay,
on.
did you hear what she said? This is a hot ass woman
Yes.
telling you it's a turn off.
Stop.
Say it again, Rose.
It's disgusting.
is.
Stop it.
What's the percentage of women that like that kind of stuff?
Oh man, I don't think there's any.
Really?
I don't think there's
None.
any. Like
I don't
seriously,
think so.
yeah.
Maybe
So then
somebody
why
don't
do
want to
guys
admit
do
it,
it?
but I don't think there's.
So then why are guys doing it?
It's
And
like
still
when
getting
guys
away
approach
with
a
it?
girl and say, "Hey, beautiful," you're like, "Motherfucker, I get called beautiful 100 times a day.
Yeah.
You're beautiful doesn't change my day. Don't call me beautiful.
Weird.
I have a name."
The only time I ran into a social media person was at a wedding, obviously.
Okay.
My only social life that I have.
Right.
And I walked up and the guy goes, "You look familiar." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Whatever." He's like, "Ah." He goes, "I just can't do it." And all night it was bugging him. And I'm looking at him and it was weird because he kept coming back. "How's it going, man?" Like he'd hang out. It's like, "I'm trying to remember where I know you from. It's really bugging me. It's really bugging me." And I'm like, "It seems to really be bugging you, right?"
Right.
I'm like, "Jesus." And so then he's like, he comes back maybe an hour or so later.
Oh wow.
"Dude, I know where you're from. You're Instagram." And I'm like, "What? I saw you talking about some crap I talked about on Instagram, right?" He's like, "Oh, I knew I remembered you." And he was fanboy a little bit, right? And
Wow.
that was my first real interaction with social media fame.
Did you like it?
It was really creepy because he
Just say it. I like it a lot.
this happens to me all the time, and I don't know where I'm gonna ask you guys what happens to you all the time with people. But what happens with me all the time is I talk to someone and they tell me all their problems.
Oh wow.
All their problems. Within 5 minutes, I'm having deep therapist style heart to heart
Oh,
with
wow.
somebody. Right? All the time. It happens. And if you're listening out there and you're gonna come talk, it's okay if you open up. Obviously,
He's a good listener.
this happens. Something about me. It must be the way I look at you and go, "Yes, tell me more."
You feel
Right?
sincere.
Just tell me more.
Yeah.
Well, your eyes are the windows of your soul.
I don't have
And your
no
soul
idea.
runs deep, Mike.
Oh my god, my soul's in hell already. Fuck.
Like I want to tell you my problems right now.
Yeah, I know that happens.
Fucking problem you got?
I got no problems. I got 99 problems, but
Okay, so what happens to you all?
a problem ain't one. People approach me all the time and they want to talk about fitness. Right away, diet plans. Like, what do you do? Like, how do you look like that? Like, just, it's crazy. All I gotta say is, stop eating the cake. Do not eat that cake, Tina.
Or out-train the cake.
Don't order dessert.
Or they're like, "Oh, I've been wanting to go to the gym," and you're like, "Okay,
Nah, y'all
so
don't
then
understand
no."
though. She eats everything in sight.
Yeah, right? You're so
Everything in
bottle of
sight, but she fucking
I
out-trains
have
her
a
food.
parasite that lives within.
She out-trains her
My
food.
tapeworm
It
works
needs
out
to
as
be
well.
right. My
She-
tapeworm must be like 6.5 feet
Yeah.
long.
She doesn't get mad at herself for eating the shit, but I think she takes out that mad at herself for eating the shit at the gym.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm relentless.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
give
yeah.
up, and I hate excuses.
No, that's
I
good.
crush excuses.
Yeah, that's so good. So then what happens to you all the time with people?
People fucking everywhere tell me I look so familiar. I know you. Everywhere I
All
go.
the time.
Around my kids all the time. My kids think I'm a fucking celebrity. Everywhere we go, man. We were just like,
Everywhere.
my son has a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and she invited us to her fashion show, so we were at a fashion show, and people in there coming up to me, "Hey man, I know you from somewhere, I know you from somewhere, I know you from somewhere." And my kids are just looking at me like, "Why does fucking everybody know you everywhere we go?"
All walks of life.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show how many people are doing this.
Yes.
Right.
And just randomly come and they hear you spit
and
some
images,
shit.
bang, 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 bang,
Right?
bang, bang,
And they're
bang.
like, "Oh, okay." And when you do it enough,
Yeah.
if you do it daily, then you just get ingrained in everybody's
exactly.
psyche and
You
their
break
memory.
their algorithm.
The more people that like
I
you,
get
the
you.
more
You
you're showing in people's feeds,
break their
right?
mental
Double tap,
algorithm.
people. Double tap.
Yeah. And it's like TikTok. If you
Be
watch
local,
TikTok,
support local.
it's amazing how many Vancouver people are on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
But
notice that?
How are you with that though? Like, are you like you recognize people when you see them? If you've met them, are you good like that?
I see so many people
Yeah.
in a regular wedding year.
Oh,
Right.
Man. Hundreds, thousands.
And because I'm like, hey, how's it going, up in your face, microphone, right? And like doing all that
creating
stuff with birdies.
Yeah.
I see people, like they're always so happy to see me, right? And what people don't know, and I don't know if this is like this with you as entertainer, but when I'm not like entertaining or whatever, I'm really moody. I'm like really like, I'm like Trumpian.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Interesting. That's interesting, man.
Yeah,
He's a social butterfly.
Yeah, because you exude a lot of positivity.
I'm very positive, but I'm also very moody.
Okay.
Like I'm very like because I'm always on, I've trained myself to turn off.
Maybe you should get your thyroid checked out.
What do you attribute that to, though? What do you think that comes from? The moodiness.
Professionalism. Because you have to give yourself, okay, this is a really different topic. You have to give yourself a chance to feel what it is you need to feel in that moment.
Right.
You can't always force yourself. Like everyone's like, hey man, cheer up. No, I don't agree with that. That's why I'll never say that to someone. Because I feel like your body and your mind, your soul, everything works together. And if you're just not up, don't force yourself up.
Yeah, feel your feelings.
Feel your feelings.
Yeah.
And if you also have to know that if you push yourself to the limit, like you work your ass off for 2 hours, you also got to rest really hard.
Oh yeah.
Or else you're never going to balance.
Oh yeah. And when I do.
She can sleep. She
I
can
sleep like a log.
sleep through
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking hurricane.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like that with me and entertainment. If I'm getting up in front of however many people and I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I'm high energy. So then I have to go low. And I don't force myself out of that low. I just realize that's the yang, the yin of the yang.
Right. It has to balance itself out.
It balances itself out, right? And it's kind of like if I have a argument with my girl, or like back in the day, if I had like something bad happen. We've broken up many times on wedding night. Well, not broken up, but it's almost over. Like it could be over, one of those situations, right?
Yeah.
And then I have to go into this beautiful wedding and make everyone laugh. Right? And so you learn to value the ability to turn it on and off when you have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone has that switch.
Yeah. Like I'll come home after a gig and I'll be just like wired. It's like 3 a.m. Right? And it's like
come over, Mike.
Yeah. I'm like 3 a.m. I want to go run or something, right? But I got to turn off somehow.
Speaking my language.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't say moody, but I can say for sure that the cannabis really helps.
Yeah.
Really helps set.
Took it right off.
Really helps set a consistent mood. Right?
Definitely.
And it's one of those things. Show night, the high that you get off of a show night, there's nothing like it. And I feel like after the shows, I now want to talk about show night.
Yeah. See, I feel that every time I leave the gym.
Yeah. It's just
we all have our tempo.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The stage is it, man. Stage is everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing like rocking a crowd. Nothing like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's pretty true, man. Like I guess I'm in the same boat as you. Like there's nothing, if I can make a whole room laugh at the same time, it's pretty cool. That's why, were we talking about doing stand-up when everything goes back?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've been writing it forever.
We should make that a mission on the show here.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
We're gonna do this.
I would love to see
We're
that.
gonna have a double stand-up night. I'm not the type that is going to prepare anything.
Okay.
Shit.
All right.
I'm gonna have like
freestyle comedy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have just freestyle. I just talk about.
Come on, it's Mike.
I just talk about my pathetic life and everything. See,
Nothing pathetic.
Dude, bro. Let's not.
Let's keep it real. It's relatable.
Yes. You know what? You guys have this rosy life. Okay? Right? You have this beautiful scenario. I envy very much. My situation is the same, only in a different fashion. It's very rosy too. It's more dictator rosy shit. It's a dictator rosy shit.
Oh, he doesn't know me very well.
It's where your life is right now.
What you see is not always what you get, Mike.
Yeah, and I'm just kidding. I love my life, right? And I love my fucking girl. I wouldn't trade that in for the world, just like you would. But who runs the show in your house?
I can honestly say,
yes. Who runs the show?
Once upon a time.
Do I make eye contact with him right now or no?
Once upon a time, I was the kind of person that mattered to.
Yeah.
And affected me personally, affected my ego, affected my ability to live. as a person, and it was heavily affected by religion and culture, saying the man has to be in power and control and all this other bullshit.
Why was that?
So over time, obviously you grow up and you learn these fucking fairy tales are just fairy tales, and you get reality checks along the way. So in a very long-winded answer, a roundabout kind of way,
Yes.
without saying exactly what's supposed to be said. Yeah, no, the crown is yours. I willingly give you the crown.
I don't want it. He's gonna throw it in my face the next time we fight. I'm gonna call you and be like, Mike, remember you said that?
Yeah.
I don't want that. No.
And that's a bad question. I set you up by asking that question. I won't lie. Because the only logical thing you can say is that the queen runs the place, right? No matter what.
We built this shit together and we run this shit together.
You run this shit together. Yeah. And, I live in fear. I am scared. I have set off my alarm in my home 6 times in 1 month.
What?
This month.
How?
Why?
It's only the 20th.
Oh no.
How?
And
how are you doing this?
I don't know, man.
What?
I don't know.
Are you trying to build a fire in the garage somewhere?
No.
Like, why am I?
It's an alarm. Sometimes I'll push stay, and then I'll leave, and then I'll come and open the door, and the alarm will go off. No, I'm not telling you. Right? But I'll push the wrong button, and then I'll open the door, and the alarm will go off. And every time the alarm goes off, the alarm company
calls.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
That's a pain in the ass.
So my fear isn't. I go into panic and fear mode.
You better change that emergency contact.
I've asked.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've asked.
Just call me, motherfuckers.
That's why I said, can you just call me? He's like, she has to approve it. I'm like, no, she doesn't. He's like, yeah, have you ever dealt with her? I'm not going to deal with her. You have to tell her that. I'm like, shit, yeah, you're right.
Oh my
right?
God.
And this is like the phone operator or whatever, the security operator, right?
Not fucking helpful.
It's
Even
hard.
see?
It's hard. What does, have you guys when did you guys figure each other out? Like,
I personally think we're still figuring each other out.
For sure.
Yeah, we got married very young. We were 21.
Babies.
And we had Ty at 22.
Yeah.
So we didn't have much time to grow up, like, apart. We grew up together.
Yeah.
Late nights, not coming home.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Am I exposing myself right now?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
I think what works is
coming home
that...
after curfew.
Yeah.
I think what works is that
Oops! He'd call me, he's like, do you forget where you live? I'm like, yeah, actually, can you send me the address
There were
again?
cell phones then, don't lie. I think the thing that works is we both want to get better. Even if it's not in the same way, we're both doing things to make ourselves better. Like, I always want to get better artistically and learning and growing and just adding to my toolkit of skills, And she's relentless to make keep herself in peak health all the time for...
But it's not just in fitness, it's everything that I do.
Yeah.
It's everything, every step of the way. For me, it's all or nothing. There's no halfway, there's no part-time.
Yeah.
I'm a full-time mom, I'm a full-time wife, I'm a full-time mother, I'm a full-time gym enthusiast. I suck dick full-time, I do everything full-time, okay? And laundry, I just don't mop the floors.
Oh my God, I do that.
High five, yes.
We have kids
I
for
do all
that.
those things.
We have kids for that.
I'm sure if my
We should
girl,
have had 2 more, you know what I mean? One for laundry.
I'm sure if my girl had a penis, I'd be sucking it. I'm pretty sure. Well, I just have that feeling that's what I would do.
If you want to keep your relationship moving together,
I know.
you cannot have inhibitions sexually. You will fail tragically. It will be an awful ending. It will be a murder scene. There's no reason to have a relationship if you're not gonna go all out where it matters the most.
Yes.
Have to, man.
Dude.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise, there's gonna be some criminal endings.
Well, it's hard for us.
It's like that Hulk Hogan movie, remember? No Holds Barred.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, brother.
I don't have it as much as I used to.
Yeah,
And those days
inevitable.
have ended.
Inevitable.
I mean, we're a little bit older.
Yeah.
And those days kind of ended a lot. We're both tired a lot.
Yeah.
Like and when it does happen, it's like, every time a sequel of a movie comes out. If a
Waves
sequel,
crashing.
well, if a sequel has the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like is this go off? Gotcha.
Wait, it's there. Is it there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's there. There we go.
It's a squirt. It's a squirt.
Mike. Yeah,
it's like Fast and the Furious, right? It comes out and then you're like all of a sudden, oh, there's another one coming. Boom, there's lots of hype for it, right? And then boom, another one comes out. And, oh, it's switching up and there's some.
Oh, you're talking about the movie? I thought you were talking about ejaculating right now.
No. That's
talking about sex. He's still talking about sex.
That's like my sex life. Right? It's just, that's what it feels like to me. And now it's like, oh, I just heard the other day.
In that case, I want to be Vin Diesel.
Yeah. I just heard the other day there's another sequel.
Yeah.
Stop.
This week,
Yeah.
right?
What?
So. Yeah. So, but see, as you get older into your 50s, right, I really think, like, and this is a weird thing, man. Like, I'm only 45, right? My girl's a little bit older. And she's, I guess I can't talk too much. But, but as you get older, things really change. When we were young and 20 and 25, like, it was a freak show. It was a freak show. And then as you start getting older in life, it doesn't so much become a freak show. It becomes more of like, you ever watch like Friday night blue light specials, soft porn?
Oh my God, I think I was 14.
Right? Remember? And they're just grinding.
Right.
And there's just
My
like,
parents-
you can see some
Penetration,
titties.
baby.
My parents didn't pay for those kind of channels.
It was
on channel 12 or 14.
It was on 12.
KBOS.
Yes!
What?
Yes!
Channel 14 KBOS
Yes.
had soft
It
porn.
was. It
Right?
was. Right? And it was like, and I realized that as you get older, is what it becomes. It yes, it does. It starts off as something dirtier, and then it becomes soft.
Now
You gotta
for us,
start
now for us,
incorporating
bro.
some
No.
passes.
That's what
No.
happens.
Not
But
for-
you're not there yet. You guys
Yeah.
are still young.
Youngish.
You're young.
I think we feel. I don't know, man. I don't
It's
really
that
fuck.
fire. You have to feel like
I don't fuck with age like that. Like the number is just a number.
Age ain't got nothing on me either.
Yeah.
I guess people are different.
Right?
Yeah, man. It's
I guess people are different. I know people, like friends of mine, I don't want to talk about friends of mine.
Just don't mention any
They're
names.
there.
Just no names.
But
Just no names.
they haven't had sex with their wife for a year.
Damn.
2 years. And
Well, at this point, he
I
doesn't
feel
want
horrible
to.
talk about this, but it's like, what do you do at that point? What have you become?
I think you gotta move on.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless you can create new patterns.
Yeah.
Unless you can absolutely
But after
change
2
patterns.
years, why 2
But
years?
yeah.
But I mean, things happen, right? I mean, like emotions.
Would your dick fall off?
Emotions can overpower behavior all the time, man. There's intentions, but your emotions can overpower your intentions all the time, man.
So it's like like a block.
Yeah, for sure, man. It happens in relationships.
It's like a crutch, maybe. You just stay with someone for too long, and you start to overlook things that used to be important.
Yeah, and I think every couple at some point feels it.
Mm.
I think but you have to know when it's just a feeling that's gonna pass because you're having a shitty fucking couple of days.
Or we haven't fucked in so long, so why now?
Yeah, that's another problem too. And when you get to that point, then it can become a big
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's how a lot of divorces happen. When you get to that point and they're like, well, it's been so long, fuck you now. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because that's one of those conversations that happens with guys when I talk to guys.
Yeah.
Like,
It happens, yo.
Dude,
It
I love
happens.
you.
Come on, man.
I
Divorce
really
rate's
want
higher than the marriage rate. There's no fucking joke.
yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, so
it's
suicide.
but it's important, right? Like it's important. I don't think, and guys don't really hear that nowadays. Like no guy comes up to a guy and tells him, "Hey, you gotta leave your girl." Most people just stay out of
Exactly.
relationships,
It's
right?
complicated.
Especially guys.
Yeah.
Do girls do that?
No, we talk.
Yeah, no, they
We
get
talk
it.
about you people
We do,
in
right?
detail. Yes, some of us more than others, but yes,
Yeah.
we share.
Yeah.
Guys will
We help
not.
a sister out. There's no judgment.
I can think of a handful of men that I could talk to like that.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, for sure. Yeah, it's not a thing.
It's not easy. It's definitely not easy because
Yeah.
you're exposing yourself, right?
Yeah,
Not everyone wants to put themselves on the line, right?
men aren't in touch.
So what is the and you guys' opinion as a couple, like what is the most underrated quality about being a couple, like importance of having a good solid marriage?
I'll give you a weird one. Music.
Okay.
Having similar music taste. Hugely valuable.
Oh yeah.
We bump to the same songs.
Oh yeah.
And we love this, not just but love the same music.
Yeah.
A song comes on, we both have the same reaction. It's like an
Turns into carpool
excitement,
karaoke.
right?
Shirts are off,
Like 90s R&B songs, like, Before I Let You Go.
Baby Bacon, right?
Just random songs that
Oh,
we just
man.
see each other, we're like, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Music takes you back, right?
Hell yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah, so that's an underrated one for me. What about you?
I don't feel like I have any. Like really, I feel like I don't have any.
And you know what? I think she's accommodating too, because the shit that
I think we've been together for so long that it's like I
make her watch some of those most boring shit to her, but she'll sit through it. But you know what? You gotta admit, I've converted you on some shit.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, some stuff that I never thought you would ever.
Mind blowing. I love science.
You know what?
I said I love science. I never loved science.
Really?
Right?
I'm in it here. I'm in it here, man, all the time.
I knew you guys were musical people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
music whores.
So I have a game that I wanted to put you guys into.
Okay.
I want you guys to play tonight.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And then what this is going to require is, I think you're going to have to spin your chair around here.
Okay.
Right. We're going to fit both of you guys in here so you can't see the screen.
Okay.
Cannot?
No, so you can't see the screen.
Okay,
So,
I can turn this way.
okay. Yeah. Just I don't need you looking at this screen. And this game is called Sing the Intro.
Oh no.
All right. So
Thanks, y'all.
this is how this one goes. So I'm going to play you a song.
Okay.
All right. And you're going to hear just the beginning of it.
Forgive me, people.
All right. You're going to hear just the beginning of it.
Okay.
And where's the remote control?
Face
And
this
then-
way.
Just before the song is about to go to the first line, it
Right.
stops, and your job is going to be to sing the first
That's
Fill
line.
in the
fine.
blank.
Yes.
Okay, but what
Oh
kind of
my
music is this
God.
though? What kind of music is
We're going to
this?
go R&B, old school.
And if I don't know it,
Right?
just
Maybe
say
some
pass?
hip hop. Maybe
No,
some hip hop.
do we just both go at the same time, or is it one at a time?
No, it's going to be one at a time.
Okay.
Okay, what if I don't get one?
Well, then you don't get the point.
Okay.
All right, so then see the with the most
Okay.
points wins. All right, so let's try. All right, here you go. Rosie, you're going to be the first
Wow,
one.
of course.
All right.
Ladies first.
Right, here it comes.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly, and he's also known as a
Oh
mustache.
yeah! Whoa, that's
Hey, hey.
All right, that's good. You got it. That was an easy one for you.
Nice.
That was
Just so
nice.
you know, I'm the person that hums everything and I make words up. He knows like all the lyrics to everything.
Dude, yeah, you put me on the spot now. I'm gonna fail.
All right, American Idol. AGT, if you're listening.
just no R. Kelly. Just no R. Kelly.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna find my headphone in just a second. Let's try. All right, here you go.
Witness the strength of street knowledge.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube from a gang called with attitude. Come on, man. I got that shit.
That was easy. All right, there you go. You guys got one each. That was easy.
Give me the baby making era.
All right.
Ooh, yeah.
All right,
JC.
and try this
My
one.
face like literally hurts from
JC.
smiling right now. Oh my
All
god.
right. Oh.
Killing it,
Oh,
baby.
God.
Killing it.
All right, here you go.
Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks.
That's you, Rosie. Oh, here you go. Ready? Here you're gonna try it again. One time.
Hypotheses.
No. Slim Shady.
Oh.
Oh, that's a toughie. Can you steal this one?
Two kids go round the outside, round the outside.
No gimmicks.
Two kids round the outside. No, I can't remember the lyrics though.
What do you think of Eminem?
He's fucking one of the goats.
Fire.
Yeah.
Technically one of the greatest of all time.
He can make any two words rhyme.
Yeah, he can, eh?
Any two
You
words.
know, people don't really bump his music, but he can make everything rhyme.
What happened to those days? They never really did bump his music, eh?
Yeah.
Serious?
Well, no, back in the day, kind of not really. Like, I mean, I was in jail for most of it, but yeah, I mean, for most of his career.
So
or
no
something.
music in jail?
I played.
Yeah, but I didn't really hear people like bumping Eminem all the time in jail.
It's not that kind of music.
Yeah, and then you know what else I didn't hear was Master P. And I was
wow.
listening to the whole
Make them
Master
say,
P. Yeah, during the whole era, I was gone.
No,
Alright,
no.
damn.
That's crazy, eh? To go
It
back.
is.
All right,
Whose turn?
it's gonna be you, Rosie. You get a
Oh,
chance.
Lord. Okay.
This one I'm gonna throw in a left field. I don't know if you're gonna get this
man.
one. This one's tough. This song is
He's
one
trying
of
to
my,
embarrass me. That's what he's
no.
trying to
This
say.
is one of my favorite songs to play as a DJ. It's so bad.
Okay.
It's so.
I'm excited.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, no, she ain't gonna know this. She ain't gonna know this shit. Nope. That's Miley Cyrus. We don't listen to Miley Cyrus.
I was fucking with you.
In the Ali household.
I was fucking with you.
That shit doesn't. Not even my daughter. Not even my 13-year-old daughter listens to Miley Cyrus, man.
Alright. Let me try this one.
Oh shit.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We damn good too.
Do you remember what album this is from?
Kick off the street.
Above the Rim soundtrack?
Above the Rim soundtrack.
Regulars!
Mount up.
It was a clear black night. Clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the east. So I can get some fun, stroke my ride, chillin' up.
Whatever it is.
He said,
You know what's dope
You know,
about that
makes you
song?
trying to
It
rap.
stood the test of time, that song.
Oh man.
classic. Like hip hop classic.
Like it did, man. And it's funny because you try to think of a song from our generation in the 90s. What one rap song wraps it up for you? What one song of the 90s generation wraps the entire...
For me personally, G-Thang. G-Thang.
You stole mine.
Oh,
Yes.
that whole album.
Oh yeah, legendary. That's just...
And there are kids out
Changed my
there
life.
who have never watched it.
Oh,
It's your
man.
responsibility as an adult
Right?
to introduce them to that song.
That's
that album.
sad.
There's kids who've never
You
heard
don't
it.
know, now you know.
All right, let's try one more. Yeah, you want to try one? Okay, I'm going to try it. Yeah. I don't know if I should do an Usher song. Do you know Usher?
I know Salt and Pepper.
New relationship.
All right, how about this one?
Now, usually I don't do
Oh
no! And I almost started dancing. Stop!
I'm melting.
My body started contorting. I was like, no, I don't want this.
You know, it's the first time I've
Fuck
clicked
you,
that
Mike.
song. You know, it's so funny.
R. Kelly made such
Right?
good
I think
music,
I just-
you motherfucker. Why you have to be such a fucking...
I think all my kids,
piece of
all my
shit.
kids. My kids see
Yeah.
baby me.
You know what? It's really sad, man.
Baby,
That
like I said, all my kids.
I know, right?
We don't count the
Oh,
abortions,
my
right?
goodness.
Okay.
Wow!
If you're
I'm
listening-
avid.
Kids, if you're listening.
Pro-choice?
Two that we know of, no.
Alright, let's try. I think I can do this.
Pro-choice. I am not
No,
gonna
yeah,
Let me
do
ask
this.
you something.
No,
What's your guys' range of music? No, what's your range of music? I know you're a hip hop family, but what's your
Strictly R&B and hip hop, that's it.
outside range? Like, what's the outside?
Okay, for me, 60s and 70s rock is huge.
Jazz,
Hendrix, Janis Joplin, you know,
yeah,
the legends.
that's true.
I'm getting into jazz now as I get a little
Jimi
older.
Hendrix.
I'm trying to get into some more jazz.
So you're expanding.
I'm expanding, but
It's
there's
the church's
limitations.
mind.
No pop music, none of
Yeah.
that Celine Dion, fucking. You know, I don't like the ballad, the top 40 ballads. I don't like the program radio
No,
music.
nobody does.
I don't listen to any radio music.
Yeah.
It is hip hop, R&B
He
primarily.
really doesn't listen to any radio music.
But
It's like
yeah, no.
blasphemy in the car.
Kids sing radio hooks. I'm like, what the fuck are you singing? And they're like, this is like the most popular song in the world right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't fucking know what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's so much good hip hop music though right now. There's a lot of really
And there's so
dope
much
artists.
bad
There's a lot of
hip hop
bad.
music right
There's a lot
now.
of bad. But if you want to find good hip hop, there's a lot of it available.
Spotify people,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love Spotify.
Not fucking Spotify. Rip
I
it off.
really
Okay.
like 21 Savage, man.
You like?
I like him. Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna
Why?
make me vomit.
Well, not like as in I want to buy his CD or anything or
Yeah.
like that, but I like a couple of the songs. Like I've listened
I
to
hear
him
you.
and I'm like, I'm in that zone and I'm like, oh yeah, he's got that repetitive
beats.
BS
The beats
at the moment.
and they're
It works.
catchy and they're easy.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean by I like him. I don't mind him. Like I like the baby or whatever his name is. Right? Like, but I don't really like him. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go to his concert.
Yeah.
Right? But as
But you'll
if I'm
bump him
in
in the
that
car.
moment and I listen to his lyrics, you know what I mean? He's all right. You know what I mean? So who of all the new guys do you like?
Well,
Besides
Cole, Kendrick,
Cole.
or King.
Yeah.
I think they're running it. They're some of the best. Joey Badass is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joey Badass is
I love
really
Saba.
Saba,
Yeah.
Saba's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously Andre 3000's goat status.
Yeah.
Run the Jewels, Killer Mike and ELP. You know Killer Mike from like down south, Organized Confusion days. But Killer Mike and ELP, Run the Jewels, man, it's fucking dope. Head nodding music. There's a lot of really good stuff if you want good stuff. But see, the thing is for me, right? Like with hip hop, it's so much deeper that people hear music, oh, it's just fucking music, right?
Yeah.
But growing up, Source Magazine, XXL Magazine, those ratings that those albums got, I was all about that shit.
Yeah.
If you got 4 mics and above, I had to find your music. And the thing is, I have a cousin who's obsessed. If I'm obsessed with music, then he is like times 10 that. And we couldn't get hip hop music in A&B sound when we were kids. We couldn't get it at any. We couldn't get it. It wasn't available. So we had to cross the border and go to Sunrise Music in the States in Bellingham and buy all the hip hop music there. And the albums were like ridiculously priced. And we would just go with the fucking change and shit that we had and buy all these CDs. And so lyrics mattered. The 4 mics, the XL, XXL, those ratings mattered to us. It mattered to me especially. And I grew up seeing hip hop that way, that if you're gonna create hip hop, you have to have some shit. And okay, there's funny songs, I get it. Hip hop is an expansive genre. But now there's so much of this fucking repetitive, and everybody knows the patterns. They've all heard it. Everyone's heard that shit. If you're gonna do it, say some shit, man. The English language is huge. Use the vocabulary.
Sipping on that scissor.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it. But a lot of it also isn't to sell the art. It's just to sell the genre.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the art is gone out of a lot of it. You know, and these kids like
it's quantity, not quality, right?
Yeah.
Yo, when a fucking snitch is the top artist in hip hop, that's fucking gross.
It's pretty bad.
Listen, kids, snitches get stitches.
He's a snitch, open snitch.
Open, and he's rocking the fact that he's a snitch.
That says a lot to the fucking fans out there. That's more testament to society and fans than it is to how much of an idiot he is.
Yeah.
People actually respect that and like pay and support that.
Yeah, it's
Listen, there's a group
unbelievable.
of people for everybody.
There is.
Every one person will have a following.
There is.
There's a niche for everything.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna play this one song and let me see if you guys get this last one here, okay?
Do we go together?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
I would do that, but I'm sitting down, so I can't do it.
Alright, stop what you're doing.
Cause I'm about to ruin the image of the style that you I look funny. But yo, I'm making money.
See?
So let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty.
That's not bad.
Girls like to pump me.
Yeah.
I don't be a lumpy. Yeah. Humpty Dance is the place.
Yes. That's good.
Legendary track.
Alright, Rosie, thank